In this lesson, I want to tell you about managing your debt. What is debt? You incur debt when you borrow money or acquire goods and services that you must pay for later. You incur debt when you buy goods and service, food, clothing, on credit. When you incur debt, you must repay the money you owe as well as the interest on that money. For example, what is interest? If you borrow 100 Rand, the bank charges you 15% interest per year. So in the end, you'll pay 150 Rand. Remember, interest rates change from time to time. We forget that everything we borrow or buy on credit, we'll have to repay eventually. We need to learn about needs, wants, good and bad reasons for incurring debt. Needs include essential things like food, clothing, a place to stay, basic transport and education, and a job. Wants or desires include things you do not really need, but would like to have. Bad reasons for incurring debt are the following. You want to impress people, compete with your rich friends, buy something because everybody else has it, convinced by a clever salesperson to buy something you cannot afford. You can't control your bad spending habits. You want to be in fashion, need money to maintain too high a standard of living according to your income. Now, good reasons for incurring debt are the following. To pay for education, studies, an affordable vehicle, and a place to stay. You need something and you will be able to repay the debt. It will enable you to get out of a temporary situation where your monthly debt repayments are too high. The price of an item is rising every month, and the repair cost of your assets too high. It will be cheaper to replace it. Now you know about debt. Now you need to know about the credit bureau. Credit bureaus are companies that keep a record of all consumers who use credit as well as details of their credit history. All credit bureaus must be registered with the NCR. You can get a copy of your credit information from any registered credit bureau free of charge every 12 months. A judgment against your name might affect your financial standing and your ability to get credit and open accounts. If you fail to pay your creditors, they can take legal steps against you. Summons will be issued against you and then judgment. Then your name will automatically be handed over to a credit bureau and you will be negatively listed. There's also advantages of debt. If you repay your debt on time, you will get a good credit record. In the absence of cash, opening an account or borrowing money can help you buy the goods you need. But there's responsibilities when you're incurring debt. You must always repay your debt on time and you will get a bad credit record. Try to limit borrowing as you pay interest and other costs as well. Ensure that you have some form of security. Do not borrow more than you need. Only borrow money if your budget shows that you can repay the loan. Think and plan before you buy. Know what you want to buy. If you don't plan, you buy unnecessary things. Know exactly what the total cost will be. And know that you are getting the best price. Shop around and buy according to your budget. Make sure you understand the credit agreement before you sign it. If you know about your debt and the credit bureau, you must know something about the National Credit Act. The Act came into effect on the 1 June 2007, and it's there to protect you as consumer against illegal and reckless lending. Several rules see to it that consumers don't take on too much debt and also ensure that they don't pay too much interest for the credit. This is achieved by compelling all credit providers such as banks, retailers and microlenders to register with the National Credit Regulator. Credit providers must register information on all credit transactions with the National Credit Regulator. This will give the National Credit Regulator info on whether a consumer already has too much debt or not. Consumers now also have access to their credit history, which is kept by the Credit Bureau, and providers make use of the Credit Bureau to see if the consumer has a good or bad record and can pay their debt. This is the end of this lesson. Please click on the arrow above to move to the next lesson.